Hola, ¿cómo están? Soy Patricia Gomez. Bienvenidos. Hoy en Adelante, las opciones educativas que ofrece el Conservatorio de Música. También un reportaje sobre las Girl Scouts y cómo pueden cambiar las vidas de las niñas y jóvenes latinas. Y el distrito de Delavan tiene el porcentaje más alto de latinos y está reimplementando un programa bilingüe. La música puede cambiar la vida de jóvenes y adultos por igual. El Conservatorio de Música de Wisconsin tiene la misión de crear programas que se adapten a las necesidades individuales de los estudiantes en cuanto a gustos, habilidades y estilos de aprendizaje. En nuestro reportaje de hoy descubriremos la importancia de la educación musical para nuestros hijos y veremos de cerca la unidad de samba que crea un acercamiento entre las familias.
The importance of music education in the school is just as important as the lungs in our body and the air that we breathe, because music incorporates every single aspect of any study that you will have in school. There is math in music, there's geography in music, there's history in music, there's languages in music, there's science applied to music.
You're getting a history in your history class, and then you learn about the music that was relevant at that time, and the people that were doing that music and why they were doing that music. The cultural situations that were going on at that time are relevant in the music itself, and even the messages of that song are dealing with the issues of that time. So you're getting this full envelope of information to really put yourself there. Einstein, whenever he was trying to figure something out, he would go in the kitchen and play his violin. And he would say himself, all of his things that he discovered came through the music. So it stimulated something in his brain that allowed him to have breakthroughs. My general music students will learn about the sun through a song, and that'll stick. That information sticks, just like the ABCs stuck when we were babies, because the melody got it into us so deep that it became ingrained, and now ABCs is like the back of my hand, you know, but music did that for us.
10 little fingers, 10 little toes, 2 little eyes.
Why is it that when you hear this song on the radio, all of a sudden everybody just starts dancing and your body starts moving uncontrollably, and like, what is it that's going on? And we talk about vibrations, and we talk about how sound is basically vibrations, and that's science. And why is it that it's so innate for a little child, 1 year old, to hear a drum and immediately start dancing? Why is that? We talk about it's like embedded in our DNA. It's embedded in who we are as people, no matter where you're from.
They're looking at consonant music and the effect on the fetus, and how babies will come towards the consonant music, towards the music that's harmonically beautiful, and then they go away from the music that's not harmonically, it's dissonant. And they're trying to figure out how this influences the pathways of the brain.
Why should people study music? Music is so important for so many reasons, not just for the self-development, the intellectual development that occurs, the discipline that you develop, the soft skills of persistence and working together collaboratively with other people. Those are all great things, but most importantly, music it brings us together and enables us to be part of a group in a way that is difficult to achieve in other forms. Music is for everyone, and the Conservatory is committed to teaching to the entire continuum of achievement. You can come in, you can study drums, you can get started with the piano at the age of 15, 20, 35, 50 if you want, and go somewhere here. Conservatory Connections is a broad program. We have residencies, we have in-school education programs, we provide full music programs to private schools, charter schools, choice schools. We do an educational concert series. We do after-school programming in the community learning centers, the CLCs, the Boys and Girls Clubs. One of the primary missions of the Conservatory is make our music education programs available to everybody.
They gave me a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. They actually helped me master my craft of, I play congas, which is my primary instrument.
Currently we have a Summer Music Institute occurring at the Milwaukee High School of the Arts. We have a new World Drum Camp that occurs in the middle of July, and then in August we do a band camp. And all of those camps are free or available to students at a very reduced cost.
Actually, now I'm an intern, so now I'm working with kids that are part of the summer program. So it's kind of like it brings back memories because I used to be those kids.
Additionally, through the Partnership for the Arts, we have a private lesson program, and we provide free lessons to students throughout the school year based on nomination of their music instructor, or there's other ways they get to us, but it's not just for the rich and the privileged, but it's for everybody. We have an on-site financial aid program to provide tuition assistance, and we have additional scholarship opportunities that are available to families.
I usually got into things through scholarships, which paid the full way, and I think those summer programs did help that. It allows kids to have fun and learn about music in a affordable way.
So people can find our programs on our website, www.wcmusic.org, or they can call the conservatory and join our mailing list or our email list.
Everybody should have some sort of music class or some sort of understanding of that discipline. And you may not want to be a musician when you grow up, but the same concepts that you apply, the same approach that you apply in figuring out a science project or a complicated math problem is the same kind of logic you would apply when trying to figure out a complicated piece of music.
And what's the one thing that everybody goes to when they're feeling sad? They put on a song. What about when they're feeling happy? They put on a song.
Exactly.
They want a certain mood, they put on a song. There's a reason why, music is so important. It's important to everybody. The conservatory, is here not only to cultivate the young people, the really, really young people all the way up, not only improving their fine motor skills and their gross motor skills and their comprehensive skills and the coordination, but then it gets into these amazing performers. They have an opportunity to do great things, and this building is open for all of them.
El Conservatorio de Música de Wisconsin tiene programas para todos los niveles de ingreso económico familiar y ofrece clases en diversos lugares. Para obtener más información, por favor visite su sitio del internet en wcmusic.org o llame al teléfono 414-276-5760. El mundo está cambiando y una nueva generación de niñas tiene puertas abiertas a las ciencias, la tecnología y mucho más. Nuestro trabajo como padres es proveer herramientas para que ellas puedan tener éxito en un ambiente demandante. Girl Scouts es una organización con 100 años de trayectoria en la que no solo se trata de vender galletas.
Filter, distort, polar coordinates, triangular to polar, and you get a nice pretty orb out of it.
Science, technology, engineering, and math is very important, and we know that girls love STEM. 74% of girls are interested in STEM careers, and so it's so important to be able to introduce those girls to some career paths that they don't even know exist.
Yo quiero ser ingeniera. No, espera, quise decir que quiero rendirme ante la presión de mis compañeras.
Yo aprovecharé los esfuerzos de mi familia y me graduaré de la universidad.
Espera, retiro lo dicho. Yo voy a ser ingeniera. Maestra. Arquitecta. Abogada. Directora de cine.
Camp iGirl is a week-long resident technology camp at Alverno College. It's for girls entering grades 7 through 10. And we are in our 13th year this year of working with Alverno. And they focus on things like photography, website design, movie production, and journalism, desktop publishing.
Well, I'm just doing one right now, like just about myself.
Somebody's giving me the advice to highlight what I
and
don't
like
want.
just stuff I like, or just about me. To come here, my school, they help us out. We get to choose a camp we want to come to, and they'll help us like with financial aid and stuff. You're shy, but then you get closer with people and you make new friends, and you get to have like an experience like the dorms. You get to see how it is when you're older.
Alverno and Girl Scouts are working together to help the girls with their leadership skills, helping them with their communication, both verbally, but also through their work.
I like that you can kind of create how you want people to see your video. and how you have control over it.
We have some more traditional camp activities for the girls that are planned. We do group outings, field trips, and we have group activities planned here on campus. We're also taking them to Camp Silverbrook, which is a Girl Scout camp property, and we're going to do some canoeing, kayaking, swimming, and of course campfires and s'mores.
Querido mundo, mi nombre es Sofía y no me parece que estés logrando tu máximo potencial. Creo que el mundo sería un lugar mejor si más mujeres fueran líderes, pero el problema es que las niñas prefieren no ser líderes. ¿Por qué eligen retroceder en vez de avanzar?
Culturalmente, cuando vamos a tener un baby en una pareja latina y está la mamá embarazada y le dicen vas a tener un niño, entonces en nuestra cultura los niños son los que hacen todo. Siempre desde que vas creciendo, no puedes hacer esto porque eres niña. Puedo hacer eso no porque eres niña, no porque eres niña. Siempre no porque eres niña.
Desde la escuela hasta en los deportes, deberíamos impulsar a las niñas a que asuman liderazgo. Para mí, un buen líder es alguien sin miedo a dirigir, pero que también sabe trabajar en equipo.
Cuando una pareja está embarazada y va a tener un niño, el hombre luego ya sabe que va a jugar fútbol, a qué equipo le va a ir, qué va a ser de la América, qué va a ser de las Chivas, qué va a ser de algo. Y le compra todo porque va a ser un deportista, un beisbolista, todo. Tiene los planes para el niño, pero si le dicen vas a tener una niña, dice, oh, how nice. Y ahí se acaba. No tiene planes para una niña. En la cultura anglosajona, cuando van a tener una niña, automáticamente sabe que va a ser una Girl Scout.
Un gran líder puede lograr cosas verdaderamente significativas y tiene el poder de cambiar el mundo. Yo creo que podemos lograr un cambio positivo si trabajamos juntos para motivar a todas las niñas.
1 de cada 4 niñas en Wisconsin es Girl Scout. ¿Por qué? Porque ya tienen esa cultura. Los latinos tenemos que empezar a decirles, si vas a tener una niña, va a ser una Girl Scout y va a tener el liderazgo, va a ser independiente, va a tener su propio negocio y quién sabe si termina en la Casa Blanca, porque el 80% de nuestras mujeres terminan en esas posiciones.
Mi hija me ayuda a veces a organizarme, me entusiasma demasiado. Paulina se involucra mucho en las actividades de Girl Scouts y es algo que nos divierte a las dos y que nos ha ayudado como mamá e hija.
El departamento de la iniciativa latina es un poquito compleja porque los latinos no tenemos historia de lo que es Girl Scouts. Entonces mi departamento lo que hace es que vamos y educamos a los papás de lo que es las Girl Scouts y qué es lo que hacemos. Y una vez que los papás tienen un conocimiento de lo que son las Girl Scouts, entonces ya pueden traer a las niñas. Yo los recluto, les doy el entrenamiento a los papás y les doy el liderazgo para que sean los líderes de esas tropas.
Yo les quiero dar un mensaje a todas las mamás latinas como yo. Yo pertenezco a la comunidad latina. Mi iglesia es San José, mi comunidad es San José. Ahí estamos, y se hizo una tropa en español o bilingüe también. Yo soy una líder, habemos las líderes de San José, somos hispanas. También hay gente que habla inglés por si lo necesitan, pero yo les recomiendo que lo hagan.
They live in a world that is surrounded by technology that is constantly evolving. And so they come for the hands-on experiences and to get a taste of college life. The second main reason is they come to camp to make new friends and just have that unique Girl Scout experience that they can't get anywhere else.
Girl Scouts build girls of courage, confidence, and character, who make the world a better place.
Para obtener más información, por favor visite gswise.org. El verano es una temporada para hacer cosas interesantes como aprender tecnología mientras se conocen nuevos amigos. Usted puede impulsar las posibilidades de su hija al ofrecerle nuevas oportunidades. Con un 45% de su población estudiantil siendo hispana, el distrito escolar de Delavan-Darien tiene el porcentaje más alto de latinos de todo Wisconsin. El superintendente Robert Crist acaba de contratar a Ronald Sandoval como director de educación bilingüe. Ambos conversan con nosotros sobre las estrategias que están implementando para mejorar las condiciones educativas de los estudiantes que no dominan completamente el inglés y necesitan mejorar su aprovechamiento educativo. Superintendent Crist, Ron Sandoval, thank you so much for being with us tonight on Adelante.
Thank you for inviting us.
I would really like to talk about the circumstances that Latinos are facing in your school district. Can you give us a background on what are the challenges that you have been facing on relation to this topic?
Well, I think one of the more prevalent ones is the language barrier for a lot of Latinos, adults as well as students. We continue to get more and more Latinos moving into our area, which is a positive thing, but we need to ramp up a little bit more the language acquisition skills and opportunities for Latinos to learn the English language. To go along with that, though, we also need to ramp up the opportunities for Anglo people to learn about the Hispanic culture. That goes together in my mind. We've been doing a lot of things in the last year and a half to help overcome some of those deficiencies. Last year we started for the first time a class taught by one of our employees to teach parents English in one of our schools. And we had over 60 people come forward and did that. We also articulated then with Gateway Technical School for their bilingual program to come out to our district, and we have that in place this year as well. The good thing about that is there's a segue then, once people understand English a little bit more, into the Gateway Technical College opportunities. And we're hoping that some of our adults can take advantage of some of those opportunities because it can lead to, decent paying jobs and so forth.
Superintendent Crist, what are the numbers of your district in comparison with MPS or with Racine district?
We have approximately 2,600 students, kindergarten through 12th grade.
And what is the proportion of Latinos in your district?
About 46% Latinos.
I understand that is the highest in the state.
So, well, I don't know if it's highest in the state, but...
The percentage.
Okay.
And what has been your experience? Because we will be expecting that you may have a bilingual program, serving this population, but I know that it had not happened in some past years in your district.
Well, in the past, they've had an ELL program where Spanish-speaking teachers will work in a classroom with an English teacher, and then sometimes the students are pulled out to understand a little bit more of the standards that they need to learn in the respective curriculum. We don't feel that's near as good as a total bilingual program. And so we're very fortunate that the community and the school board in the past developed a strategic plan for the future. And a big part of that was developing a true bilingual dual immersion program. And so I've been working on that for the past year and a half, and we were fortunate to hire Mr. Sandoval last summer as a director of that program, and he's well versed in the needs of Latino people and their culture because he comes from that background. And his story is very unique, and he's a perfect role model and example of what a person can do if they come to this country and want to be successful. And I'm extremely excited to have him on our staff and working to teach our current ELL staff, and we have a few bilingual certified teachers as well, understand what a true dual immersion bilingual program should look like. And it's really a pleasure to watch that transformation, if you will, because almost every time that he has a meeting, and I walk in and observe once in a while, you can see the intense sincerity of the people involved because they're learning this.
Because there is a huge need of this service and of this knowledge and of this change.
Correct.
Mr. Sandoval, I have known you from different past experiences in our search for helping the community, the Latino community in the educational area, and we know that you are a person who really want to create the spaces that Latinos need to break the challenge of graduation, for example. But one of the most important things that impress a big memory of you, it was the moment when you said, the learning of the bilingual education or the learning of English for other cultural groups is enrichment. But for Latinos, it means survival. Can you start on that, in that point, and then go to the district that you are working right now and to your plan for facing those challenges?
Sure. And first, I want to say thank you for the opportunity, that you give us. This is a great opportunity for us as in the district to share, what the plans is for us. And, it is coming to this country as an immigrant, it was important for me to learn the language. And, I remember the first time, when I first came here, one of my friends who's, grew up with him in Guatemala, and he told me, you want to be successful in this country, you need to learn the English language. And it was important for me to put myself, as an older young man, to go into school and learn the language. I think, that for us as a Latinos, when we come here, we don't really appreciate the value of, the culture that we have and what we need to do in order until we start learning the language, because then we can start seeing how the doors are opening, And when I say, for many people, it's an enrichment, is because, they in their culture, they just learn because, it's what they want to do. For us as a Latinos, we need to come here, we need to face, those opportunities, and we know that until we know how to speak with the people, we will perform better. And the moment that we start learning, the doors start opening. In our program, in our district, we are trying to, at this moment, working and implementing a dual language immersion program. As Dr. Chris mentioned, we used to have an ESL program for our Latino population, or ELLs, English language learners. It was the old program and pull-out system. We are revamping the program, switching, the strides that we're using, and trying to do more in a pushing from the teachers, working more with in collaboration, co-teaching with the classroom teacher. But at the same time, we are developing and implementing the program to start in next fall. 2015, 2016, it will be, 2014, 2015 will be the year where we'll start our program, dual language immersion. And we are a little bit ambitious with this, because we will start it in 4K, we'll start it in kindergarten and first grade. So we will open 3 different grade levels, and it will be an advantage for our Latino students, because they will have the chance, to come and learn the basics, starting their career and education, in their own language. But at the same time, for the rest of the students that speak English as a first language will be the enrichment, because they will be able to learn and also become bilingual, learning Spanish in this case.
How many students do you think are going to be participating in this starting of the program?
Well, this is something that we were just talking, on the way here. That this is the first time in all my years working in the field of dual language education, I'm very surprised how the community is taking this and how they're responding. Our dates for registration start in January 30th and ends in March 3rd. Before January 30th, we already have 80 kids, registered into the program. So we already, at this moment, we have enough to fulfill 1 class for 4K, 3 classes for kindergarten, and 2 classes for first grade. And this is just, 3 days after, we open the season for registration. So the community is really responding and grasping this as this is the way the education should be.
There is a need, a huge need of it.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm going to ask you that we finish this interview here, and then we will start a second one, because I'm totally excited to know that there is a place in Wisconsin when there is a sincere effort to help both communities, to integrate and to succeed and to change things that have been hurting a minority, but in general, they end up hurting the whole community. So thank you so much for being with us.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Y al final de un programa más de Adelante, por favor déjenos saber sus comentarios en nuestro teléfono 297-7544 o escríbanos a nuestra dirección de correo electrónico en adelante@matc.edu. Y visítenos en nuestro sitio del internet en mptv.org y en Facebook. Sintonícenos en Milwaukee Public Television, canales 10.1 y 36.2 todos los martes a las 6:30 de la tarde y en canal 36.1 los miércoles a las 12:30 de la medianoche y los domingos a las 6 de la tarde. Y en MPTV VM 10.3 los viernes a las 6 y 6:30 de la tarde y los domingos a las 8 de la mañana. Soy Patricia Gómez. Gracias por acompañarnos.